Yo, what is up? I'm recording a lot of these videos at once, so my outfit is not going to change for the next few videos because it's all in the same day. Don't worry, I'm not just, wearing the same set of clothes like multiple days in a row. So this video is about the three things that made me more aesthetic. TLDR, too long didn't read. Getting lean, my training split, and dropping fried foods. So we're gonna start with getting lean, right? Why would getting lean make you more aesthetic? I think it's pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure we all know the benefits of being lean. You know, it makes your muscles more visible, which by virtue, funnily enough, makes the parts of you that are visible throughout, whether you're shirtless or you're the arms from your shirt, it makes them look bigger because the muscles in them are more defined because they're less covered by all the fluff. It gives you better shape. This is all assuming that you exercise already, so you have a good base of muscle to show off. It gives you better shape in general, right? When you're wearing clothes, they'll kind of fall on you nicer because there's a nicer base to fall on. The mannequin that you are is better shaped, so it's nicer to, you look better. It even helps you facially wise because your face will be leaner. Your any features that you have will be more enhanced, by a more chiseled status. And yeah, it just makes you look better. It also makes you healthier, and most of attraction is based off of health markers. So you being leaner is healthier. Everyone agrees that being lean is healthy. Obviously, like not to an extreme extent, because extremes in any case are usually bad. So obviously not to extreme, but like at a healthy level of leanness, 15, 12, even 10%, that's where it makes you look better. You look healthier, you are healthier. It helps a lot with like if you suffer from acne and stuff, you'll probably have less of it. A lot of it has to do with the fact that if you're getting lean, you're probably eating a lot more healthy foods, because healthy foods also tend to be lower in calories. So if you're getting lean, it's easier to just make your diet overall healthier, which will clear up your skin a bit, make you feel better since you probably have better nutrition and all that. So getting lean is definitely the move for more aesthetics. Um, what's the next one? Let's see. The split, my training split. Now, what do I mean by that? Do I have some like insane aesthetic training splits that will make everyone just look like the absolute peak of human physique aesthetics? The like David Lades, Sean Adams, if you know him, My Glorious King, Jeff Side, in like 2017, I think. That's like my favorite version of him. Even like a young Mike Thurston. Like I remember he had this video where he was showing like his journey, his transformation, and I my favorite iteration of him is like when he's 19. But yeah, like, but no, that's not what I meant. Besides, like maybe putting some extra focus on like aesthetic muscles, stuff like putting some extra focus on growing your shoulders, your lats to get more of like the V shape and stuff. I would say the split is more just making your split manageable. You know what made me a lot more aesthetic from like 2023 to 2024 was that one, I got a car, right? And a car let me go to the gym more because there was no real barrier for travel. But another huge thing is that I switched from push pull legs to I'm pretty sure it's more of a bro split. It's a 4 day program. Because push pull legs will be like 3 days break, 3 days again. And the issue that I had with that is that one, I couldn't really put much. It's hard to like add things onto push pull legs. Like if you have a certain focus, it's hard to focus on push pull legs. I mean, when you're on push pull legs, because like your schedule's already full. You're already because push day, it's like obviously chest and shoulders, and chest, shoulders, and triceps, and then pull day. is back, biceps, maybe even also shoulders, like the rear delts, and then you have legs, which is just legs. You know, it gets pretty busy. The workouts get pretty long, and if you don't have the time for longer workouts, it becomes an issue. And then if you want to like focus on something, then you're adding onto an already long workout. And if you want to like add in cardio, if you're already at the gym for like an hour and a half to 2 hours with just the weights, how are you going to fit in another 30 minutes to an hour of cardio? Like for me personally, it didn't work. Some people they have the time to incorporate it, or their rest times are that short or something. But for me, it just wasn't working. And then I also personally found that after Thursday, my likelihood of going to the gym just decreased a lot. Just because it's like Friday, there's usually something to do. So if you have school at a certain time, then you can't really go to the gym before that. And then Saturday, either something's happening, or usually something's happening on Saturday, so it's hard to like fit it in. And then Sunday, you just don't want to. Well, I just don't want to do anything, so I'm not doing anything. So I found that from Monday to Thursday, when I'm in the safe school rotation, nothing's happening on a work night, basically. It was the perfect time for me to, be in the exercise flow. So I switched from the push pull legs to the 4 days. And what happened with the 4 days that made me so much more aesthetic than the last year was that since I was able to maintain, consistent attendance, I went to the gym much more often. And I also had a split that allowed me to focus on certain muscle groups more than I would in push pull legs. So now, it's like a chest and shoulders, back and shoulders, and then legs and then arms have their own day. So I have more time and I'm more fresh when I'm doing certain exercises. So I have more, energy to carry them through and stuff. And then since the workouts are more split up, there's also time to add in 30 minutes to an hour of cardio depending on the day. So yeah, changing the split to something that's manageable, something based on yourself and your schedule you can do on a consistent basis, that will make you infinitely more aesthetic. Infinitely. Too many people worry about the specifics of what split, forgetting that the most important part of the split is whether you can follow it consistently or not. But yeah. And then the last one, the last of the three, dropping fried chicken specifically. Um, Specifically KFC for me. Like, cause every now and then I have like a burger that's like fried chicken or something. But specifically KFC for me, that needed to go. I think it's like very greasy or very oily or something, and that's horrible. It's horrible for your aesthetics. It makes you more bloated. Obviously, very high in calories. It's a super greasy and oily food. So like if you're like me, oh, and fatty. So if you're like me, you will get a breakout, no questions asked. Nah, because for me personally, whenever I'd have KFC, it wouldn't even be a thing of like, oh, the next day I wake up and I have a pimple. It would be I'd eat the KFC and on the day of, wait a few minutes, I would have a pimple. It was horrible. Like the time that I had that I would eat KFC, I didn't even notice it at the time. Like at the time, I didn't realize how bad my skin was. It was more like a looking back thing. Like my face was always puffy. I always had like bumps from pimples yet to form. I had this one, I think it was like a cyst or something, that would always like rejuvenate, So it's now like gone, but it would be like a thing. I had it like over here. It would be like a thing of, um, maybe like I'd get the pus out, right, and it'd shrink, and I'd think, oh yeah, cool. In a bit, it's gonna be gone. Then I'd eat KFC, and bro, just like I'd wake up the next morning and it would just be back. So yeah, dropping fried foods. I haven't had KFC since last year, beginning, not even like middle of the year, last year. And the nice thing about when you drop something is that it's kind of hard at the beginning, but like after a while, it stops like crossing your mind, right? So for sure, drop fried foods. It will make your life much, much better. Something I recommend for that is just when you like saying it to yourself. Obviously, it gets easier with time. You know, the longer you're off it, the more you realize you don't actually miss it. Like, I don't actually miss KFC. And you gotta, like, for sure, weigh it against something. So, whenever I think of KFC, I'm just like, I don't like the taste of dunked wings as much as I like being better looking, you know? It's like a thing of, I know if I eat those dunked wings, my face is gonna be wrecked. And it's not worth my face being wrecked. And then another thing that helps is when you think about it, don't think, oh, I'm not eating KFC because, oh, I'm avoiding fat food. No, I'm avoiding fried foods. You gotta think, I don't eat fried foods. It's not a thing of, oh, I'm trying to stop, I'm trying to this. No, you don't. It's just not something that you eat. You know, you're the same as a person who's allergic to it. You just don't eat it. You know, whenever it comes up, you're like, no, I don't eat fried food. So yeah, what is it? Leanness, split, dropping fried food. That will make your aesthetic 10 extra aesthetics. It'll make it something else. Especially like the getting lean and the split parts and the consistent workout part make you infinitely more aesthetic. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. You know, if you liked it, leave a like. If you enjoyed, drop a comment, share the video, subscribe if you want more. There'll be much more videos like this. And peace.